Oh my! Because all of the frames are basically super glued. This is crazy. They build this comb really weird. It's all honey. You guys ready for some muscle power? Good morning everyone and welcome back to another adventure. Today we're going to be inspecting the two hives that I have. Got Rosie's hive right here. Got Connie's hive, and these are just frame holders. You hook them on the outside of the frame and the frame can sit on them. You'll see that in a second. But let's get going. It's hot out here, so we gotta move through this. We're gonna grab our hive tool. Try this, lift this off. Another cockroach in there. Let's see if I can get him. No! Alright. There you go. Then, just gonna pry this top off. Like that. They look good. They're already filling up. So, they aren't really building up into here. But, grab the smoker. Pop. And I'm gonna grab this. Just looking for the queen. She's typically down in the bottom of the hive box. But you just wanna, always better to be careful than just reckless. So you wanna look in there. I don't see her. So I think we're okay. I'm gonna set it on this so it doesn't make contact with the ground. And now we're ready. Look at all the bees on there. They're filling this up really well. Now we're gonna use our frame grippers right here. You can grab the frames with them. Helps lift them up. Now I got our frame holder, so pulling a lot of things at one time. So first we're gonna pry this off. Then Mom's gonna lift it up. It'll help me grab it. Alright, now I got the frame grippers in there. And I'm just gonna lift up. Nice and slow. Look at that. First frame, you got a drone there. Really nice. They're just the male bees. They don't really help with the hive. They just mate the queens, so they're necessary. But these are all the little females, and you see them. Those are the ones that get all the pollen and the nectar from the flowers. So if you're out and you see a bee on a flower, it's most likely these little females. The queen is a female, but the drones, as we saw earlier, they are really big, and they're like fat. The queen is skinny. Very skinny, but not very skinny, but it's good. And they haven't really built anything on that frame, but it looks good. We're using a bottom oil tray, and that's worked out really awesome for us so far.
What's the oil tray for?
The oil tray is to catch mites or any like little beetles or something that fall down. So look, whenever the bees chase the beetles off the frame, they'll fall into the oil and they'll die. Then they can't climb back up because they're not good for the bees. See, you got a lot of honey. The honey is the special comb. You see how the comb is kind of like got little veins in it, like little solid veins. And then this has got little nectar in it because it's so shiny. Looking really good. No sign of pests or anything. So we're gonna drop that back in there. Then, grab our frame tool again. We're just gonna keep plugging along. Our goal is to see eggs, larvae, and capped brood. And it'd be really cool if we could see the queen, but she's hard to spot. You got one bee and like, I don't know, how many bees do you think are in here? 70,000?
Yeah.
So we checkerboarded this frame, which means that we moved a frame with a lot of honey and stuff out. And we put this in the way so that the bees were like, as they went to take care of the frame that had stuff in it, and they would be like, hey, this one's empty, so they would build on it. They're building on that really nicely. Seeing a lot of drones, which is cool. About midsummer. The drones actually don't have stingers, so if you see one of these really big bees out there, they don't even have stingers, so you don't have to worry about them. Hopefully we see some eggs in this one. Hey, got a lot of capped drone brood over here.
That drone brood too.
You
Just
can tell.
few.
You can tell that it's capped drone brood because it kind of rounds. It's like a round thing. It's rounded. And then you got a lot more honey over here. Looking good. Over on this side, you look at all the drone brood. That's all the little domes. This is female drone. This is female brood. You can actually see the little, I don't know if you can, but there's little white larvae. That's difficult to see, and that might be an egg. Might have all the signs of reproduction on one frame.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all the cappings. So look, you can see little hexagons, but it's not a hole, but it's like a little cap over those hexagons. That means that there are little babies transforming from a little white larva, little like slug thing, into a real bee. They're so cool. Check on the other side. Another really powerful, strong brood pattern. There's not a lot of holes in there. That means our queen is really healthy too. So that's looking good. And we'll just keep checking along, and then we're gonna have to do the other hive. All right, we saw everything that we needed to. The frame that we took out and we set on the side is now gonna go back in there. And then we got to put the super on and the top on, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, and there we go. Just gonna scooch this in. You can use the smoker to help get them off the sides. We're gonna get this back on there. Did I get any?
I don't think so.
I'm just gonna scooch this back over to its original position. Alright, now with that back on, just grab this. Put that back on there. Grab our top. Now they're all closed up. Move on to the next one. This hive actually swarmed not that long ago, so the old queen left and they had to make a new queen. But looks like they've pepped themselves back up. They're looking really good. Oh my!
I see comb.
There's comb in the super! Oh my goodness! Okay, we've had the super on for like over a month or two, and we didn't want to stress them out, and we didn't want them to swarm again, so we left it on. And I've been inspecting this hive for like 6 times since we put the super on. And this is the first time. Now the comb won't come up. Okay, they glued this thing down very well. This is good. This is incredible. Oh my, this is like, you guys are seeing this, the first time I'm seeing this. I'm not kidding. This is not, I'm not like reenacting this out. All right, look at that. We got even honey. That's like little nectar in there, so they're gonna turn that into honey. That is incredible. Comb in the super. All right, we're gonna run through this really quick now that there's actually comb up here. the queen has quite a big chance of being up here. So I'm gonna run through these frames real quick. Oh my, check this out. This is crazy. They built this comb really weird. You're about to see the knife comb. You know what they did? You know why these are so hard to get out? They combed the bottom of these frames to the tops of the other ones. This hive loves to build comb where they don't want him to. Look at that weird comb. That is weird. I got creative bees over here. Here at the 3 Florida Boys farm, we got creative bees. They like to build comb like nowhere else.
Yeah, they got it everywhere.
Wow.
Building. Perfect.
All right, I don't see a queen in here. And we didn't see eggs, so I doubt that there would be. So I'm gonna take off the super. You guys ready for some muscle power? Because we're gonna have to like work really hard to get this off. Because all of the frames are basically super glued down to the bottom. So we're gonna have to work really hard to get this off. Actually, I think we got it. I'm just peeking through. I don't see the queen. Also, yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna set that over here like we did on the other one. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, look, this is where they honeycombed the frames to the top. We might cut that off just to help keep it, just so we don't want to accidentally like break their frames or something. So I might cut that off just to.
Let me start this side.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep. So we're gonna start on this side and see what they got. Whoa, how much did they build now? Before they swarmed, this hive was like incredible. And then they kind of lessened because they swarmed, so they didn't have as many bees. But since then, they've picked back up.
What are you doing?
This is an oil trap. It's got oil in it. I'm removing it. Look at all the beetles in there. So those are pests for the bees. And this will catch them. The bees, I feel like they know that this is because they chase them right in here. We don't have beetles in any of the other frames so far, so we'll have to see. Set that aside. And then we'll see. What do they got? And whenever you put a frame, like since we take a frame out of the hive and we set it aside, you want to make sure that the queen isn't on it. That's very important. You want to keep the queen in the hive. Look at all them. They're dangling. Hanging on for their dear lives. All right, look at that. That's all honey, looks like. That almost looks like capped brood, but I can tell, I think, because it looks like there's some liquid under there. So, looks like honey. That's good. This side's still empty, but looking really good. Look at all those females. These bees are doing good. Must have had a nectar flow or something for them to pick up so fast. I don't see the queen on here, so we're gonna set that aside. I hope we get to see her today, because that would be nice. But, you know, try not to be very invasive. Try to be calm, even though I got a little excited earlier. I've been wanting them to build into this super for like 2 months. Wow, wow. That's a lot of bees in there. Looking really good. Got capped brood down there. Honey on the top. And there might be eggs in those too. A lot of honey. That's all honey. I wish I could eat that, but that's for the bees. All right, so we got capped brood and looks like eggs on that frame. That's a really good start. That means they're growing like crazy. Typically they have honey on, and as you saw, they have honey on the outside frame, so they're doing what they typically do. They keep the brood more on the inside of the hive because then that allows them to keep it warmer there. So on a cold night though, they can't really keep the outsides very warm, so they keep the brood more towards the center. pretty soon I might have to have like a second brood box or something. Got little eggs in there. I wouldn't be too surprised if the queen was on here, but I don't see her. Look on the other side. Yep, looks good. So we've seen every stage of development and reproduction so far. So I don't want to bother them too much.
Do you want to go one more? One,
Well,
two, three, four?
We're gonna keep going through it. I want to see a good capped brood frame like we did on the other one. That would be nice. So that's what I'm looking for right now. Oops, I just stepped on that. Put that more under there. Alright, sorry I couldn't show you guys the rest of the beehive inspection. The camera got too hot and it shut off. But as you can see, they're all doing really good. Like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't show you the rest of the hive inspection. But the camera got way too hot. It was like, can't film anymore. So I had to stop, but I just wanted to let you guys know that everything went really well. The whole hive inspection, everything. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.